Let me welcome all of you to this satsang. Thank you for the invitation and for the nice introduction. We have started seeing the Bhagavad Gita in these yajnas nights across Trinidad and Tobago, and now we have to see from verse number 28, if I am not mistaken. We have finished number 27 in the first chapter, and every night we are also seeing one name of Param Puja Gurudev, our Swami Chinmaya. Those of you who have not seen Gurudev, you will see also just now at the end we'll show a movie trailer. A movie was made on his life, so you'll see that at that. But here's a picture of Gurudev, maybe in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And this great Mahatma, for 42 years, traversed the length and breadth of this globe, teaching millions of people. And so his disciples got together in the 90s and formed his 108 names also, because 108 names are there for all the incarnations and deities and all that. So 108 names of Gurudev are there. We saw one name each on the previous night, and today we'll see one more, but I'll chant from the beginning. So you can repeat those names, and then we'll see. We already chanted 4 names. Today we'll add the 5th. So we start from number 1. Please try and repeat these names of this great Mahatma. Om Ajaya Namaha.
Om Ajaya Namaha.
Om Avyayaya Namaha.
Om Avyayaya Namaha.
Om Avinashine Namaha.
Om Avinashine Namaha.
Om Achintyaya Namaha.
Om Achintyaya Namaha.
Om Aprameyaya Namaha.
Om Aprameyaya Namaha.
So the one that we're seeing tonight is Aprameyaya Namaha. Aprameya. He's called as Aprameya. In Sanskrit there is a little root. In that category of roots, there are not many of them. It is called as Ma. That root is Ma. Ma means to measure. What do you mean to measure? So you know what you are doing all the time. If you look at this temple, right, your mind is actually measuring all the time. You may not have thought about it, but your mind is measuring all the time. The moment you walk in, like for example, last night somebody said, "But the temple big." Why? You didn't take a tape and measure, right? Nobody takes a tape and measure. But in the moment you walk, if it's a small little temple, I say, "It's a temple, real tiny man." So what your mind do they? Measure. Whole day measure. When you say a big man, that fella big boy. Eh? When you say a double patle skinny man like me, that man, that Swami well maga boy. What your mind will measure in size, isn't it? Whole day. You wouldn't believe you're doing this whole day. So the mind can measure things that are demarcated, things that are circumscribed. The mind can do that. Measure only things that are demarcated, circumscribed, isn't it? Things that have boundaries. Oh, what about something that doesn't have boundary now? Like this space. Where does this space end? This space has any boundary? So what do you say about this space now? This space, big boy. This space, you could do that in a room space or a temple space or house space. Because this space here is less, this space is more. But what about we're talking about this vast, limitless space. How you'll measure? Can your mind measure it? They say in words, the space goes for 10 billion light years. And if you go 10 billion light years away, you could also go 10 billion more. And if you go 10 billion after that, still you will go 10 billion more. Now, your mind could ever conceive of what we're talking about? No, it is only numbers. For us, it is only numbers and imagination. We're imagining something when we say that in the mind. So that mind cannot measure the infinite, limitless, boundless reality. That limitless, boundless reality is immeasurable. So the word aprameya, the name aprameya means that which is immeasurable, which cannot be circumscribed by the mind, which cannot be delineated by the mind. That is called as aprameya. So Gurudev describes aprameya. This word is there in Bhagavad Gita again. So all of these names of Puja Gurudev are words which are there in Bhagavad Gita. We will see this comes in the second chapter also. Aprameya. Aprameya. Immeasurable. Some people's intelligence is aprameya. Isn't it? Some people have so much of intelligence. And the reverse also. Some people's foolishness is aprameya also. Foolishness, okay, measure. We use those type of expressions. Okay, so that is the name of Gurudev. The fifth name we are seeing today is the fifth day. Aprameyaya Namaha. It means Gurudev's compassion, his knowledge, his love. You know, he used to tell us, don't come too close, This is his literal words. He used to tell, don't come too close. Because if you come too close, and in India they have a typical Indian expression, if you come too close to me, I go hose you down with love. How his love is immeasurable, you know. Aprameya. So, that name so aptly fits this great Mahatma. Alright, now if you are joining us tonight for the first time, we are seeing this Bhagavad Gita. We started chapter 1 and the last 4 days. Today is the 5th day, and we have to see from verse number 28 of the first chapter. It is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. This chapter is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Now in this verse which we have to see today, this is why they call it Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Because Arjuna asked Bhagavan Shri Krishna, if you were there on the previous night, he asked Bhagavan Shri Krishna to place that chariot in the middle of the two warring sides, Kauravas and Pandavas. Pandavas and Kauravas. They are there. Pandavas represent those guys who stand up for goodness, who stand up for dharma, who have chosen Bhagavan's side. You see, they chose to stay on Bhagavan's side. Kauravas, they relinquish Bhagavan and all. And they only care about all the other things. But please remember, both sides are required also. If Kauravas were not there, no Gita. Why Bhagavan go talk? You know reason to talk. Good. They're there also. So anyway, no. When Bhagavan placed that chariot in between these two armies, Arjuna did a survey on the other side. Shvashuran, Suhridaschaiva, he saw all on the other side. All his brother-in-law, grandfather, uncles, nephews, sons, who he considered as sons, grandsons, and all sorts of things like that. He saw on the other side. And when we left it last night, Tan Samikshya Sakaunteya Sarvan Bandhunavasthitan. He saw all his relatives and friends and all on the other side there, and then something terrible happened now. Here is this great warrior, this commander-in-chief who had never lost a battle in his life, Arjuna, the great archer, the most favorite student of Dronacharya, a man of great success in life of his time. There was nobody who had superseded Arjuna in any success. Even in this Pandava side, he was called as Dhananjaya. His eldest brother was there, Yudhishthir. Bhima was there, so powerful. But still, none of them could conquer all the other kingdoms, bring wealth into the nation. None of them could have achieved what Arjuna achieved. The best friend of Lord Krishna. How many credits to his name? How many credits to his name? The friend of Lord Krishna, the conqueror of wealth, conqueror of armies, conqueror of other kingdoms, best archer, best student of Dronacharya, all things to his credit. Like in today's world, people have, so much of credit to their name. But at this point in the Bhagavad Gita, a very, very amazing turn takes place. And that is, it is telling to all of us that in spite of all our worldly achievements, not one moment of joy is guaranteed. Not one moment of peace or settledness is guaranteed by worldly Because as it's proven here now, see in verse number 20, Arjuna, the great Arjuna, who stood there in the middle of these two armies, what happened to him? Vedvyasi documents as it is related by Sanjaya to the blind king Dhritarashtra. Kripaya paraya vishtaha
कृपया परया विष्टः
Vishidanidam abravit
इदमब्रवीत्
दृष्ट्वे मम स्वजनम कृष्ण
स्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण
युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं
युयुत्सुं
सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि
सीदान्
मुखं च परिशुष्यति
मुखं च परिशुष्यति
वेपथुश्च शरीरे मे
दीपतुश्च शरीरे मे
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
रोमहर्षश्च जायते
गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात्
गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात्
त्वच्चैव परिदह्यते
त्वच्चैव परिदह्यते
न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं
न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं
भ्रमतीव च मे मनः
भ्रमतीव च मे मनः
निमित्तानि च पश्यामि
एतानि च पश्यामि
विपरीतानि केशव
विपरीतानि केशव
न च श्रेयोऽनुपश्यामि
न च श्रेयोऽनुपश्यामि
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे
कृपया परया विष्टः Vishidanidam abravit. How many nice words are there now? First word, Vishidan. Vishidan means this fellow started crying. Lamenting, crying, weeping, sunken in deep sorrow. When he saw on the other side all his cousins and friends and relatives and uncles and maternal uncle and grandfather and guru and all. Vishidan means sorrowing, lamenting, crying, weeping. Like that. Vishidan. The present participle. Then spoke to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And Vedvyasi put, Sanjaya tells in the line also to Dhritarashtra, and Vedvyasi is recording there. What is that? Kripaya paraya Vishnu. Supreme Kripaya. No, this word is wonderful. Sunken in pity. Sunken in a pitiable state. Arjuna. In pity and in pitiable state also, both. And now we have to see how this thing originated in Arjuna. Here is the most valorous, valiant, and brave warrior who had never backed down from a fight in his life, who had stood up to fight Lord Shiva himself. And he cried. What happened? What came into his mind? How could such a powerful, towering personality suddenly collapse? This is a wonderful, and actually if this thing is not understood, then the rest of Bhagavad Gita is not understood. Right here, you have to set the stage clearly in your mind for Bhagavad Gita. So I told you I gave you one hint already. What is that? That all worldly achievements and worldly success and worldly acquisitions and all what we call credits to your name, they are bound to fail sooner or later. As it's proven here now. A man who had, there was nobody there who had credits to their name like say Bhagavan Shri Krishna, there was nobody there who had credits to their name like Arjuna. So here is this person with so much credit to his name, and he collapses. He is now sitting on the battlefield there, crying, Kripaya paraya Vishtaha. He is sunken by great Kripaya. Now we have to now go to the genesis of Arjuna's disease, Arjuna's malady. What is really there at the root of it? So now in the next line, the hint is given very clearly. We don't have to make up things, it's there. See the words. Drishtve-mam. What is the word there? I told you there's a misprint. Drishtve-mam. Drishtva, having seen, imam, what? Swajanan, O Krishna, seeing Swajanam, and this is the key word there, Swajanam. Swajanam means my people. What is it? My people on the other side. On the other side, all his cousins are there, his guru is there, Bhishma is there, even the grandfather is there. So the Swajanam word means my people. So now we're getting to the root. I told you on the first day that the fact that Dhritarashtra mentioned first Mamakaha, then Pandavaha, his own people first, that is a sign of selfishness which all human beings are born with. And in other words, if I have had all worldly acquisitions and all credits to my name, and I have become the most successful person in this world, and I have not yet gotten to the root of my heart to uproot and eradicate selfishness, that selfishness is going to result in my downfall sooner or later. And that is what is going on here. Swajanam, Swajanaha, my own people, they are stand. In the past, Arjuna had killed many a great warrior. Many a great warrior. He had even fought with Lord Shiva. But he did not consider any one of them to be my people. And this is where all human beings commit all sins, right at his juncture in his delusion. Right at his juncture in his delusion is where all human beings commit all pap. Where, I'll show you. Every day people go on complaining about corruption in this company, corruption in that department, corruption in the government, corruption everywhere, right? Everybody complain about that. All of that is based, all this corruption is based on the same selfishness, which is called my people. So when one government gets into office, they throw out all the others and put my people. When that other government comes in, they throw out all of them and put my, and where is that? My people. The same word is coming here. This my people, and I tell you, and you know, especially in this country, they say, is not how much you know, is who you know. Have you heard that? It's not how much you know, it's who you know. That whole thing is based on my people. Because once you know somebody, they're like, my people, My people. So all corruption, every form of corruption is based on the same. That will see. They will give the contract to. They will give the contract to my people, my son. And put a open next business, put a next name and thing. Give to brother-in-law and father-in-law and all the other people. My people. That selfishness is the root of all evil. Selfishness in Bhagavad Gita is the root of all evil, and it is right now the reason, the cause for the downfall of this great warrior Arjuna, because he sees the other people on the other side as my people. And in the past, when he did not see them as my people, he fought valiantly. So a little bit of selfishness injected into that warrior could cause him to collapse, and all his power, all his greatness in archery, all his prowess that he achieved as the greatest student of Dronacharya, all that came to zero. Why? Here's a little bit of my, and it's mamatvam is the word in Sanskrit. Please say this word after me, mamatvam. This mamatvam word means myness. I have feeling of my, this is my book, my shoes, my clothes, my house, my car, my. And because of that my son, my daughter, my people, my race, my religion, my God. People, well, my God in both senses of the word. My God, and my God is not your God. Amazing thing. Do you know, I saw recently a most wonderful, see how this thing, this mindness is amazing. A lady who is a professor in a college in the United States, which is a Christian college. She is Christian. She decided, because everybody is speaking bad about these Muslims, she decided she's going to wear that burqa, right? Hijab. She decided she's going to wear a burqa to support Muslim people. She's not Muslim. She's going to wear that just in support of the Muslim people, because everybody talking so bad about the Muslim people and all that kind of thing. And she's teaching in a Christian college. And she made a statement that we pray to the same God. We pray to the same God. You know, that statement got her fired. In other words, people say, no, we God, their God is their God. They didn't fire her for wearing the burqa. They fired her for making that statement. So people have their own God. My God. My God is my God, and your God is your God. That mine is, I told you, is the root of all of that. Mine is and selfishness is one and same. So that is resulting in all the problems in the world. All this fighting which is going on. It's my God, my religion, my people. This is my people. The other people's life is not worth anything, but my people's life is worth something. That is what is happening here or not? Arjuna had killed many people in the past, but somehow now, because his mind is, he feels his people's life is worth something. Please remember, this is a springboard for Bhagavad Gita. Right here in this verse is a springboard for Bhagavad Gita. Springs from here. Before that is only story. And where it is zeroing in on? What is it zeroing in on? It is zeroing in on this one thing, which selfishness. Now, to uproot and eradicate, obliterate that selfishness, that is not a one-day thing. And you're born with it. Let me tell you something. When you're a baby, you don't care anything about no mother, no father, nobody, When you're a baby and you want milk, that time, do you care if your mother and father had to go and beg, borrow, steal, give their blood, sweat and tears to get milk for you? You care anything? What do you care about? You are care with them, get that, isn't it? You only want milk. And you see that in children, when they want toys, when they want anything in the house, they don't care whether parents have to get that. We are born 100% selfish. At that stage in our life, we don't care about any single individual. We only care about ourselves. And if that is the way you are born, and then you die the same way, well, that means in this lifetime, you wasted 80 years. We wasted 80 years in this lifetime. If I'm born that way, and then that's how all the animals born. See, a cow will never eat the belly full, eat she belly full with grass here, and they say, my neighbor cow there over there, I came some grass for she. Any cow will do? Totally selfish. Every animal species is totally. Now, if the human being born like that and he dies like that, then what is the difference between the human being and the animals? No difference. So we are all born selfish. That is okay. Like for example, when you're born, you can't walk. 70, 80 years, you're still creeping. People go say, what's wrong with this man? He born creeping and he's still creeping. Isn't it? In the very same way, if you're born selfish and you're still selfish, there's something really wrong. If you're only thinking about you, Our life is supposed to evolve out of selfishness and into selflessness. I'll tell you again. Our life is supposed to evolve out of selfishness and into selflessness. Please pay attention to this thing. That is the only mark of evolution. There is no other thing. If you are born ignorant of science and you learn science from the time you are born till you die and you have 25 PhDs, that is absolutely no mark of evolution. Because you could teach a monkey science also. Actually, there's a kahawat in Sanskrit. It is called as Markatavat Bidalavat. So he had Markatavat means like monkey. So I just say monkey. And the other one is like cat. So before I could say cat, You see now, people who listen on the radio, Pandit, people who listen on the radio know nothing we are talking about. Because that's why we tell people, all must come here and be live here. Be in person here. And they don't know what we're talking about. So those who are listening on the radio, the moment I said monkey, a cat ran out from behind it. Anyway, the props for spiritual things we don't set, Bhagavan does it. The props, part of the props. So, that evolution is only signified. We know that a person has evolved when he has gone from selfish to selfless. That is evolution. No other thing. There is no other thing which is evolution. You could acquire whatever it is in this world. That means what? Arjuna, all his acquisition, had not evolved as a human being. He was selfish. And that selfishness brought him to his knees. And he only thought about himself. Among my people. So, Kripaya Paraya, and what, that Kripaya Paraya word of Avishtaha, that word gives some more depth into all of this. What happened there? Because of that selfishness, I feel these are my people. Now, what he started feeling? He started feeling sorry. Kripaya Paraya Avishtaha means he started feeling sorry. To kill his own people, start feeling sorry. And this is, you know that. Let me tell you something. When you see, all parents pay attention to this. When you see a little son or daughter and their sweet, tiny little hands, right? The hands so small, and they have to hold that pen or pencil, which is so much bigger than the hand, right? And the parents watching that, and they say, "Oh my God, look how Munna have to hold a big pen, big pencil, and have to go on writing. I don't know why them teacher and them they give him so much work in that school. Why are they giving him so much homework?" The parents feeling sorry for the children. Look at this tiny little hand, the hand so sweet, and that harsh pencil pen. All of these the parents watching, right? And let me tell you something. That parent saying that only for their child, It had 25 other children writing the same thing in the class. They cannot number 25 of them. They only care about this little Munna. Why? That is where the minus comes. So that means the parent is attached to this person and feels sorry only for this child. The parent does not feel sorry for the other 25 children in that class. A child in the class may quicker feel sorry for another child, but that parent will not feel sorry for that other child. That will not happen. Like one fella, he come out last. He come out last in the class. So the father telling he say, "You come out last, boy?" He say, "Yes, daddy. That is the most selfless act." The father says, "Selfless? What's selfless in that?" He say, "I took that last position so that nobody else in the class will not have to suffer the indignity of coming out last." I spare them. I take the position. Children come up at a real night thing, One other father telling the boy, he said, boy, you are at the tail end of the class. You last. At the end, the boy said, Dad, don't worry. They teach the same thing at both ends. So anyway, I'm telling you how we really care about ours. So Arjuna is feeling sorry because for the first time he is faced with the prospect of killing the people who he considered to be his. Now, please don't let your mind jump too far. Think. The topic which is going on here is a very, very subtle topic and a very important one. Many people, because they do not understand the Bhagavad Gita, they say, well, yeah, it is good if Arjuna run away. Why go kill your own people? Why I should fight with my own people? But please remember now, the other circumstances surrounding this whole issue which is going on here. One is, war has been declared. Second is, Arjuna is the greatest warrior on this side and the whole army is depending on Arjuna. Third is, the duty of a warrior is to fight. Fourth is, the Pandavas represent Dharma, while the Kauravas represent adharma. So you have to think about all the other things which are going on. And the future of dharma and the future of Sanatana Dharma is resting on the shoulder of Arjuna. So you can't let your little selfishness be injected into this whole matrix there and cause the entire thing to fall down. But you are not the sole disciple. That's why, let me tell you something. At one point here, Arjuna said, I will not fight. Nayochaiti Govinda. I will not fight. In the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan said, Yochasi, you will. You know what that shows? That shows you may say what you want and do what you want. But in the end, there's a greater master who is making everything happen. And you may jump high or jump low. Let me tell you how Bhagwan is. Bhagwan is like this. He holding on. And the fella down who he holding on there in the end, he kicking and ranting and raving and jumping and screaming and bawling and all kind of things. And Bhagwan just waiting. Yeah, you go do what I want only. Bhagwan hands steady too. And he kicking and this is Arjuna. So he tells you now, Prabhu, I am so taken over by, see his own words, Sidanti mama gatrani. My body, Sidanti. Sad root in Sanskrit means to sit. Many bodies sit down now, you can't go. Arjuna's body became immovable. Like that. Sidanti mama gatrani. Mukham cha parishushati means your mouth get dry. You know when you get nervous, how your mouth does get? Like if you call you to speak a few words in front here and you take the mic. That time your mouth get dry. Sidanti mama gatrani. Mukham cha parishushati. Vepathusya sharire me. His body started trembling, shivering, what do you call it? Shaking. Vepathusya sharire me Roma harsha jayate, and the hair started standing on and Gandhivam saramsate hastat tvachayava paridahyate. Then his bow, Gandhiva bow, Arjuna's bow was called Gandhiva. That Gandhiva fell out from his hand. He didn't have enough strength to hold the bow. No strength in the hand, couldn't hold the bow. Then his skin started burning like fever. He get fever, suddenly. Arjuna suddenly get fever, 108 degrees. I cannot stand, he said Bhagavan. I cannot stand. I can't stand my ground like avasthatum. Then Bhamati vechamaya, my mind is swirling. His mind started, he's chakkar. Chakkar, you know? Like drunk man coming down the road. Chakkar means, in English, what do you call that? Chakkar? Dizzy. I have better word for that in Trinidad. Tutulbe, bazudi, all that kind of thing. Bazudi, yeah, like that thing. Yeah. So a drunk man coming on. I don't know, maybe not good to laugh, but I really like to see drunk man coming on the road. One drunk man come home, and he take out the key from his pocket. And he's trying to put the key inside the door, in the keyhole to open the door. So he's going like this, two sides. So a policeman passed at the same time. So the policeman stopped. He says, "Sir, can I help you with something?" He said, "Yes, officer. Please hold this house steady while I put this key inside my mind." He put it to the holy house. He was shaking. Oh Lord. So anyway, Arjuna became like a drunk person. Brahmati, you know what Brahm, one meaning is, of course, to get deluded and all that kind of thing, right? Another meaning of Brahm is to like go around, so like when a bee goes around a flower. That is why bee is also called in Sanskrit Brahmara. It means it goes like that. So his mind started, mind spinning inside. Nimittani chapashyami viparitani. He started seeing evil presentiments in the air. Ominous things in the air. Nashashreyo pashyami hatva swaja. And again he said, "Prabhu, I don't see any good in killing my people." He is only basing the whole of history on my people. This is a watershed in history that is taking place. And he is seeing only my people. Here's a junction in the great annals of time when you can make or break humanity. But what happens in that whole thing? My people. He says, "I don't see any good that will come from killing my people." Then, because his selfishness has now made him totally blind, doesn't understand anything which is going on there. You don't see your place in history. You don't see what contribution you have to make to humanity and to posterity and to the uphold of Sanatana Dharma. You have lost your way in this ansar like that. He lost his way here because of that selfishness. Now, he's trying to rationalize the whole thing from the next verse now. He gave a rationale for it now. Let me tell you something. When a man's mind has been taken over by delusion, he always tries to rationalize and justify that delusion. Justify that delusion. If in Guyana I have proper reason, proper cause for this delusion. See his justification. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, 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 Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. He tells Bhagavan Shri Krishna now. Now, in his mind, totally taken over by delusion. Totally deluded. Because of what? Because of minus. The mind has become totally deluded because of minus. He has forgotten his duty, he has forgotten propriety, he has forgotten sincerity, truth, he has forgotten all such things. That's what happens. Like for example, I take public office, they give me a Bhagavad Gita and they say, swear. You have to swear now. When you become some high public official and all, you have to swear there. To conduct your duty in a conscientious manner without fear or favor and all that kind of thing. Without favor, and that favor will everybody else miss out. You're lying on the Shastras also. Amazing thing. So, I told, what causes the person to do that? Mine is. So I give the contract to my people. So you forget Shastra, you forget your swear. So no truthfulness is there. When that minus is there, truthfulness, Shastras, Guru, everything goes out the window. So, now, taken over in this way, Arjuna tells Bhagavan, Nakangshe Vijayam, oh Krishna, Nakangshe Vijayam, Krishna. My dear Krishna, I don't want any victory. I don't want any victory. And Bhagavan must be smiling behind, Bhagavan smiles in his Gita. Bhagavan Shri Ram smiles throughout Ramayana. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna also smiles in his Gita in the beginning. Prahasanneva Bharata. In the second chapter we'll see that. He's listening to Arjuna now. After Arjuna done talk, Bhagavan smile. Yeah, you say what you want. Bhagavan smiling. Right? He's telling, Arjuna is saying, Bhagavan, na kangshe vijayam. I don't want any victory. Bhagavan must be smiling, thinking, are stupid? Murkha. This is not about victory. This is about saving Sanatan Dharma. This is about moksha, mukti, liberation. This is about this kind of thing. This is about something higher. You think, see, these people and this side, that side and this side. And when he looked on the other side, he saw they are my people. Then he said, after that, I don't want any victory. But this is not about victory. Bhagavan has brought down history to a turning point. The Lord orchestrated history to a turning point and made the props 100% foolproof and will achieve numerous objectives with one stroke of the brush. This is Bhagavan. That's why he's called Lord. So he's smiling there, seeing what utter foolishness that Arjuna has reduced the entire history of civilization to a small, petty, trivial, flippant, little insignificant thing as my people and your people. When the Lord is making a watershed in history, when the Lord is trying to turn civilization, Arjuna reduced the whole thing to nothing. I want no victory. Because why? I had to fight my people, so he gave up victory too. He reduced that to nothing. It means, like for example, everybody discussing the main issues facing humanity. Everybody discussing this thing and trying to find a solution to the main problems of humanity. And one fellow coming and telling, well, this morning when I get up, I didn't get no breakfast. He reduced the entire discussion of saving civilization to what? He didn't get no? But where are you and where is humanity? Where is the world? Nakangshe Vijayam. I don't want any victory. Bhagavan, Arey bhai, this is not about your victory. Nacha Rajyam Sukhani cha. I don't want any Rajyam, the kingdom. and sukha, happiness from enjoying the kingdom. Kim no rajena govindam kim bhogay jeevitena va. What will we do with kingdom? How many kingdoms he had conquered in the past? He never said this. What will we do with kingdom? Kim naha rajena govinda, oh Govinda, what will we do with kingdom? Kim bhogay jeevitena va. What will we do with all of this? Bhogaihi jeevitena va. Enjoying this kingdom and having a good time. What will we do? Esham arthe kangshitam naha. Rajam bhoga sukhani cha taine avasthita yuddhe pranan tyakva dhanani cha. Then those very people for whom we are going to conquer kingdom, they are all standing on the other side there for giving their life in this battle. The people from, in other words, so what he was seeing in all of these years is that he was conquering kingdom for my people. And now he's saying it himself. Let me tell you something. All the disease, the malady of Arjuna, you can hear Arjuna's word and you don't have to figure it out too. He himself tell you. That's one good thing. If you could go by the doctor and you could tell the doctor what's wrong with you in a clear fashion, it would not make your life easy, the doctor life easy and the solution easy and everything, isn't it? If you go by the doctor, which part pain in you? I tell you now, when I come from India, when I return, I so skinny, right? When I have a pain in the middle here, I so skinny. Me know if there's a belly pain or a back pain. But if you go to the doctor and the doctor asks you, where pain? And you tell the doctor, I don't know if it's a belly pain or a back pain. What does the doctor go do? So, like the man who gone by the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist asked, what's wrong with you? He said, have I come to ask you? We have to. But we could go there and tell clearly. But Arjuna is telling clearly. He says, listen to his words. Those people for whom we conquer kingdoms, or for whom we have been living to conquer kingdoms and all that kind of thing, yesham arthe kanchitam naha rajyam bhoga sukhanisha. The people for whom we conquer kingdoms and provide pleasures and happiness and all of that, those very same ta ime avasthitaha, they are all gathered here. So he was seeing all his. Now, I want to tell you one more thing also. If you take this thing out of the context and you put it in your own family life and all that, it is very much applicable in the exact same way. In the exact same way, and let me tell you that, and I'll close here tonight, and we'll continue that tomorrow. In the exact same way, this thing pans out in your individual family life, wherever you are living now. Because in your life also, you are fighting your battle of life, right? This is a different, Arjuna's duty and his work there. He's a soldier. But you have to take this and put it in your own situation now. Whatever you are, if you are a taxi driver, farmer, doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever you are doing in your life, teacher, you are fighting the battle of your life. And please remember, Bhagavad Gita is now going to tell how you should fight that battle of life. It is not that you're going to fight that battle of life only in a selfish way, thinking only about yourself, your family, your money, your house, means only thinking about my things. That is selfish, and that thing is going to bring you to your knees one day. Everybody in his life has to start broadening the horizon of his, or widening the reach of his arms and start embracing the whole world. When you're only thinking about yourself, as you're an island unto yourself, you live in isolation, and what you do is for you, and what they do is for them. There is no such thing. This is the disease Arjuna has. So it's going to affect him in his duty there, it's going to affect him in his path of enlightenment and liberation, and it's going to affect all of posterity. And it is the same thing if we fail in our duty and we live only a selfish life. We are only going to bring destruction to this earth, not any progress or evolution. And that is why this earth is being destroyed at such an enormous rate every single day. Do you know they are killing forests the rainforest in South America at the size of a football field every second. Anytime that clock says tick, a football field of forest gone. Selfishness. People only think about, you're not thinking about humanity, you're not thinking about the earth, you're not thinking about the how you're going to affect the weather patterns, you're not thinking about global warming and the climate on the earth. What are you thinking about? Money. Me. So I'm telling you that general selfishness and general mamatvam and I-ness, me and mine, across all of humanity, and this is what is happening. Because it's in every walk of life. So not only and this is affecting Arjuna on the battlefield, and it's causing this great warrior to fall down, but it's cause all of humanity to fall down. So the people who we are fighting for kingdom for, they are giving up their life on the other side. He doesn't see any reason for all of this battle then. Acharya, Pitara, Putraha, the same people who just recounted there, they are all standing there. Pitamaha, or grandfathers, teachers, uncles, Matula, Shashura, Pautraha, brother-in-laws and all such things. Maternal uncles, brother-in-law, sister's husband, this, that. Sambandhinas tatha eta nantumichami ratopi madhusudana apitrailokya rajyasya heto kim numahi krite. Even for the 3 worlds I will not kill them. What to talk about this earth? You give me the 3 worlds I will not kill them. What to talk if you are giving me this earth? Mahim. Mahi krite. So Arjuna's decision now is not to fight. And I told you, he is justifying here's a justification. Why? I'm fighting for these people and they're dead. Where is he used to fight? It's because he sees that I'm only fighting for these people. I'm fighting for my people. The broad vision, the wide embrace of the human mind and human arms that is lacking in Arjuna and that is lacking in humanity. This is why the Bhagavad Gita is being presented to all of us. So we'll stretch the outer limits of our arms and embrace all of humanity. Bhagavad Gita is for this kind of thing. This we'll see. Now his justification is not yet over. He's going to give a thesis. Arjuna could get a PhD. He's going to give a thesis. That thesis he'll give tomorrow. Where